I think it is one of the best food, today's special values, you're going to get anytime in this whole holiday season. I really believe that, because look at this right here. How many apples from Mrs. Prindable's are you going to get? Well, you're going to get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are in one great flavor, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in another great flavor. And here's what I also want you to know. A lot of times, and we've even had Mrs. Prindable's here for years and years, and a lot of times we give you the individual size apple. Today, as a today's special value, all 10 are the large size. Look at these. These are big. This is bigger than practically my whole hand when I'm holding it. And we've got flavors that are awesome, prices that are great, because here's the other thing. When you look at all 10 of these, and they come with these great gift boxes that you can easily put together and gift them, it comes out to $5 per apple. Large Granny Smith perfect apples, double stuffed, not stuffed, but double layered on the outside with these great, great flavors. So I want to introduce you, first of all, to Lori Shore. Come on in, Lori Shore. How are you? I call her Mrs. Prindables, but her name really isn't Prindable, but that's okay. She's been with them many years. Walk us through the flavors that we get.
We had so much fun with this because we wanted to make sure we had flavors that our customers love, but with a special twist in honor of our today's special value. Let's start with the bottom row here, because we are starting out with our #1 most popular flavor on QVC, and that's our triple chocolate. We plunge these apples in our classic caramel and then build and blanket on top milk, white, and dark chocolate chips. And for the first time in this offer, those pearlescent red and green sprinkles all the way across.
It's beautiful.
That's the first 5. Remember, they all come individually wrapped. We took them out of the wrapping just so you could see these flavors. Then the other 5 to come up with those 10 individually wrapped apples. This is a really, really fun flavor. I think this is the one I'm most excited about, because this is our classic milk chocolate and Heath toffee, but as a starting point, we plunge the apple in salted caramel.
I've never
then
tried
add
this.
You haven't?
Can't wait.
We got to do it right now.
I know it. Well, here's the other thing. You have to choose not just whether you want to get these, because that's just a no-brainer. You need to get these at $5 each, basically. But you also need to choose your ship week. Let me just give you a couple of quick updates. First of all, we've sold 130,000 sets. Imagine, I mean, times that times 10, that's how many apples are going out. And we still have more to go, but let's walk you through it. If you choose the ship week of November 18th, we started with 17,000 in that ship date. 5,900 remain just in that ship date. And by the way, that means that you would be able to cut these open and eat them over Thanksgiving.
Right,
and that's
point.
why you want to get that one. Then we also have December 2nd. With that one, we started with 26,000 sets, and we have 14,000 sets remaining. That ship week is a great one if you have early parties. Like, a lot of parties are the first weekend in December, second weekend in December. Maybe you're giving them out to different people. So that's a good reason to be able to use that one. Then we have December 9th. More than half of our quantity is gone. We started with 66,000 in that ship date. We have about 30,000 remaining. And that is very popular because they are easily still fresh at Christmas time.
Exactly. That's the
right?
earliest ship date where we can just guarantee in the fridge fresh through Christmas.
And then we have December 16th. That is the most popular. We started with more than 80,000 sets available for that ship date. Fewer than 20,000 remain. And of course, that will not only take you through Christmas, but right through New Year's as well, because maybe you're not the one that hosts Christmas, maybe you're the one who hosts New Year's Eve. The bottom line is this. I know a lot of people who actually get 2 different ship dates. They get a ship date like in November for their family, and then they get a gift ship date of somewhere in December.
To be able to have 10 apples just to pull out at the right time for your family, gather the crew around the kitchen counter, and the adorable boxes. Okay, so I went ahead and tried that new one. Again, we took that foundational combination of chocolate and toffee, but then added that slightly salted caramel. I really want to hear your thoughts.
I want to show everybody how thick this is. Look at this, the thickness of the caramel, the toppings and all of that, but the crispness and the freshness of the apple, all right? I'll be the guinea pig, I promise, okay?
Let us know, because we had to work hard, trial and error on that one.
Look at that caramel.
Tell me what you think about the proportions and the flavor combination. First of all, did we honor the chocolate and toffee combo for starters?
Absolutely. But I've never had the salted caramel.
Slightly salted, right? Isn't it incredible?
To die for.
Because what it does for me, in my
so
opinion,
good.
that tangy sweet apple, you know, as a counterpoint, that's one counterpoint. And now you add the slight
that
saltiness.
Sweet,
Yes.
tart, and salty.
Salty.
All in one. I'm telling you, I'm glad you gave us 5 big ones of that
I'm so
and
glad.
5 big ones of my favorite, which is the triple
and let
chocolate.
me go ahead and plunge into that one too,
Yeah.
because as
I've
we cut
always
into
loved
these
this one.
apples, you know, in a lot of ways, these flavors are pretty classic and pretty simple. The secret to making a gourmet caramel apple is fresh, glorious ingredients. So when we slice in, you're going to always get that crunchy, juicy, tangy, sweet Granny Smith apple, grown
Snap.
in the U.S. from specially selected orchards. The apples are shipped directly to our Mrs. Prindable's kitchen. Then,
that
you know,
is
you're
so
picking
good.
those ship dates. It's not until right before that ship date that we plunge the apple, we dunk them in that made-from-scratch caramel that we make in small batches at our Prindable's kitchen in copper pots daily. We're able to create the flavor, the melt-in-your-mouth consistency that blankets the apple and cradles the toppings so that we can roll them once in the toppings, and then as a final step, we hand apply additional toppings to
That's
get that
exactly
thick
right.
blanket.
Double layered.
Double layered, that's
this
what you
is
were
not just-
saying, yeah.
Exactly. Here's the thing. If you've had Mrs. Prindable's apples in the past, we would love to hear from you. Our testimonial line is 1-800-395-1601. And look at this. I mean, this is their secret sauce.
Yeah.
This is the secret caramel that they dunk these apples in. But now they've taken that, and follow me over here. And now, yeah, here's what they do.
There you go, a little salt.
They add a little salt to the caramel. And oh my gosh, look at this. And like you said, in copper pots.
In copper pots. And the small batches in the copper pots allow us
Love
to
it.
control the temperatures to 1/10 of 1 degree. That's just one example of the control that we put in to get the flavor
Yeah.
and the texture that we're shooting for.
Oh, that is just decadent. And going back to those ingredients, tell me about that again.
Well,
and then we're going to
listen,
go back to ship
We
dates.
can look at the ingredients here. We can look at it on the kind of the stand that shows all of them together. But basically what we're taking is classic ingredients and just kind of adding a little oomph, a gourmet twist. So for that triple chocolate, we're starting with the Granny Smith apple.
Big, large apple.
Big are large apples here. We dunk it in that made from scratch caramel, top it with white chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, and dark chocolate chips, and then finish it off with the pearlescent sprinkles.
And are those hard to bite into?
Oh, let's try it. We
I
gotta
want to try
You
it. I
tell
haven't-
me.
Here, I'll just go ahead
Here,
and
look,
reach
there you
over
go.
and get one. Look again at how much covering you get with that apple. This is the one with the regular caramel, but all my favorite. I
Yes.
always love the triple
chocolate. I mean, it's just kind of a crowd pleaser to be able to get all that chocolate, the caramel, and the tangy sweet. Isn't that fun?
It's so good.
It's so good.
This is one you want to savor.
Yeah. Save,
Like-
not savor, save, hide,
Save.
tuck away.
This is true. I'll tell you what, I just want to let you know more than 3,000 sets have been ordered just in the last few minutes.
thank you so
and
much.
132,000 sets for the day gone as our today's special value. These are $5 each. Have you ever looked in those catalogs, looked at gourmet apples and all that jazz? I'll tell you what, Mrs. Prindables has been in business for how long?
Over 30 years, over 20 years at QVC. And really, it kind of takes the partnership between all three of us, QVC, Prindables, and our customers, to be able to offer this kind of value this time of year. So, you know, we love to give you those individual size apples. We do that for affordability most of the year. But when we do the quantities on the Today's Special Value, when we're historically so popular that we know we're dealing with these large quantities, that is what allows us to go to the larger apple size, include the gift boxes, and hopefully still keep each individual gift within the range of affordable. I know in your household, you're the one, like in my household, that's mostly in charge of the gifts, picking out the
Absolutely,
gifts.
100%.
And
That's for sure.
when you break down not just the names, but the categories of people, men and women, adults and kids, standalone gifts, something additional to a gift card, very few things can I think of that cover as many bases
So
as this
true.
category.
Now, here's the other thing. If you follow me over here for just a quick second, you can make this a single shipment. You can, you know, get a couple of dates if you want. Like I said, you can choose November 18th and then maybe a date in December, whatever you want. However, if you go on auto delivery, that means that those same apples are going to come to you next April. Same exact price, $5 each. But look at how cute the Easter boxes are going to be. And instead of doing red and green, they're doing purple and green on the triple chocolate. And then also, of course, you're getting that salted caramel milk chocolate toffee one. But these are adorable. And that's why I say, go ahead and go on auto delivery, because then you definitely get these right away or whatever date you choose. And then again in April, when there's probably not a today's special value.
Exactly. You can take advantage of the size that we don't normally get.
And the price.
And the price.
$5 each. Okay, so here's the thing.
Tell me.
I want to go back. Oh, come on over here. You and I said we were going to do a little
Are we going to
challenge
do this?
here.
I love this.
Absolutely.
Do you know, I have been the guest for Mrs. Prindables for almost 10 years now, and it wasn't until this weekend that I on air cut an entire one apple. You know, normally I just do a slice on the side, snap, move on to the next apple. It's just so wasteful, can I say?
Well, eventually we all eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we cut it.
Here's the thing. A lot of people ask now, should we serve it straight out of the refrigerator?
Good
or what
question.
should we do? And I know the answer. Oh, Jane Tracy knows the answer too. She's got her hand raised. Go over to Jane Tracy. I want to hear what you have to say, hon.
You want to let it get that chill off and get it to more like room temp, because then the caramel goes like this. But Mary Beth, do you know what happened to me?
What?
We bought Mrs. Prindables one year for a party, and when I went to serve them, there was only about 2 left. And I realized it was honestly not just the kids, it was hubby. So you know what I do? Well, now with the, it's all out. I hide them in the vegetable drawer. Underneath like broccoli, and then like nobody finds them.
Amazing. Do you know what? I've been known to drive them around in my trunk of my car. It's like in the 50 degrees, 40 to 50 degrees, so that they won't freeze, that they stay cold. You know what I'm saying? How crazy is that?
That is
But look
awesome.
here's what you do. This
Yeah,
is,
you're
you know
showing
what
it
I was
great.
thinking about? We were talking about caramel apples at the fair, you know? Well, let me just say, caramel apples are at the fair are like hot dogs at the fair. This is filet mignon when it comes to caramel apples, because there's nothing better than, first of all, I've never ever had an apple come that was rotten or had spots on it or brown on it. I mean, they always look pristine like this. I don't know how, because they can't see the inside, but they know they're fresh, right?
Yeah, we always start with U.S. grown apples, mostly from Washington State, always from specially selected orchards that we've developed a relationship with over the years. This all adds up to helping us give you super fresh, crisp, juicy, crunchy, delicious, tangy, sweet Granny Smith apples. This is one, thanks to you handling everything and me being able to slice, I was able to slice one apple, and this gives you a sense of what you're giving one person, maybe even a family. I mean, this could be something a family gathers around after dinner
Absolutely.
as their dessert to share.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because seriously, I'm going to go over to the tasters in moments, but I will say this, that for years, you know, we would get done with dinner, and we have 4 kids, so there'd be 6 of us, and my kids would be like, Mom, what's for dessert? And I'd say, sorry, I worked all day. I didn't have any time to make dessert. And then I'd say, wait a minute, we have a Mrs. Prindable's apple in the refrigerator. I'll take that out before dinner, and while we're eating, you know, come to room temperature.
That's a perfect
and
idea.
then we use this as our dessert, and it's so fun. And if you've ever had people get up from the Thanksgiving table and they say, oh, I'm so stuffed, I can't eat my pie, I can't eat that cake, whatever. That's when you bring out these apples, because they're the perfect sweet tooth, you know, satisfaction.
That looks beautiful.
But at the same time, they're not. I don't know. I don't do how to do this.
She's informing,
No,
and look at how gorgeous this is.
Should I take these over to the tasters?
Yes.
Come on.
Go. One of each one. Sorry, I'll follow you.
Well, first of all, we have Marie-Louise Keir. We also have Jane Tracy, and we have Sharon Hamby-Roby. We have, of course, our salted caramel milk chocolate toffee apples, and then we have our triple chocolate chunk apples with regular caramel and even little sprinkles that are so beautiful. Which would you rather have?
Well, do I some of each?
Yes, some are each. Take one of each,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
Take one of each, and we want to hear your.
And while you're grabbing those,
my
think
friend.
about maybe dividing them up, using some to cut and serve, and then others as place markers at the table or favors as
cute.
people go home. So you'd have enough to kind of divide them up.
Cute idea.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do. We're going to go off to the phones. Let's go back over and I'll quickly show